A very pleasant morning, viewers. Welcome to the now streaming live show brought to you from the stables of the Advent Cable Network Nigeria, where we challenge perspective and break all stereotype that there is. This week, our nation have experienced severe bloodbaths in both Benue and Enugu states, which has brought immense sorrow to our nations, with families grieving and communities reeling. A scale of a devastation too difficult to comprehend. Would the response of both the state and the federal government be seen to be enough? Or would politics be said to be playing out with a kind of response gotten from the government so far? We will be discussing this and other developing stories alongside other national trending stories for today. I am Gordon Ojiri, your anchor for today's show, but I am not going to be doing this alone. I have with me two co-anchors to join me to steer this ship this morning, and there are
Somtochukwu Okizo, and it's lovely to be with you on the show this morning, Gordon.
All right, Somto, thank you so much, and also
Femi Ogundare. Thank you so much for having us.
Welcome, and Somto. I trust this morning our deliberation would be so in-depth, and I trust also that our viewers would send in their comments and also call in by calling the number that would be scrolling or showing on your screen. But first we'll take a look at some select newspapers headline that came in this morning, and to kickstart that I would be allowing Michael and Kosumto to begin.
All right, thank you, Gordon. We're beginning with the Punch newspaper this morning. We have the main story there. PDP crisis. Chair, governors, INEC hold emergency talks. This we can find on page 2 of the Punch newspaper, and underneath it we have the Benue bloodshed. The government assembly at odds as SGF ex-generals move in. And lastly, what I have to take on the Punch newspaper this morning is the Ghanaian businessman sues IGP, the Inspector General of Police, EFCC, head IG monitoring Akin Fakorede over alleged suppression of land probe reports and rights violation. These details can be found on page 19 on the Punch newspaper. And that's all we have this morning. Thank you, Godwin.
All right. Thank you so much, Sumto. Very quickly, we would be looking at the Vanguard newspaper for this morning. And the Vanguard is leading with this story just by the side of the masthead of the Vanguard newspaper. It reads, Benue killings, our gory ordeal by survivors. Our gory ordeal by survivors. And also we have just above the Vanguard masthead there, fuel scarcity looms as marketers, truck owners boycott Lekki Ekpe corridor. And just right below that we find a caption that encapsulates the 2025 Democracy Day, and but that we won't be taking. So viewers, this is the much of our newspaper that we would be looking at. We would be diving into major stories, but like we always say and encourage you to do, you go get yourself a copy of the newspaper and follow through with all of the stories that are trending this morning. All right, so much to deal with this morning, Somto and also Femi. So much to deal with, so much trending, and indeed I would call what is happening in our country carnage and a bloodlet. I begin to wonder how we came to this point in our national life. Just like the Vanguard carries it, a Benue killing a gory ordeal by survivors. And when you watch through some of these videos that trended within the week, you begin to imagine those that survive, how did they actually survive this attack? Because when you see what these people carry to communities to create this mayhem, you begin to wonder where they get these sophisticated weapons from. You see people being faced with assault rifle that could be said to be used in countries that are war-torn, are being used to carry out carnage, bloodlets in our own very territory called Nigeria. We'll look into some of these things, but just to start, Femi, I just want to ask, all of these killings that is happening in Benue State, and let's not forget, a whole lot also happened in Enugu State not too long, where 12 persons were said to have been killed by these supposed killer headers. That I think I would tag them this morning. But when you look at Nigeria as a whole, would you want to say that could this be said to be a true reflection of our shared humanity as the people of Nigeria?
Thank you so much, Godwin. I would like to say this very straight. As a country, we've lost our value for humanity. We don't have that sense of value for humanity. Human life is such that we do not prioritize again as we ought to have. If not for people that came out on this issue of Benue massacre, the president would have been so very nonchalant about it. And even now that he said he's going to Makurdi, that's Benue State, not even going to Yelwata, he's going to the state capital. What is stopping the president from going to that village where the mayhem has been caused? That's number one. Number two, I will also, through this platform, express my dissatisfaction concerning what the governor is doing. Why will the governor go ahead and declare a free Wednesday, no school, no work, holiday, because the president is coming? Not even to mourn those who have been gruesomely killed by these headers. So I feel that the governor, has not shown leadership. And as also a priest that he has misrepresented priesthood. And to say further that it's an embarrassment to priesthood. He is an ecclesiastical mistake to say. Because as a priest, you are meant to show leadership. Be at the forefront. Empathy must be there. You ask people to vote you and you have been voted. Go there. You are the chief security of your state. You are shouting, your hands are tied, and these are. Why not go for local vigilantes? Mobilize your people. Let them go out. If you are doing like this and saying our hands are tied, the federal government should come, federal government will not come. It's just a little time. You will be hearing that there will be a mass ethnic cleansing in Benue State. And we forbid that. But if you do not take responsibility, that is what this thing will result to. Because our leaders are not showing responsibility. They are not showing leadership. And it is greatly unfortunate. We can still speak truth to power by telling president to go to the village where this mayhem has been caused. He should go and identify with those people. A young man, I saw a video trending, lost 20 people. The father, the mother, the children, the wife. And the president say, okay, from Yelwata, board the vehicle and come and meet me in Makurdi. Somebody that lost 20 family members. We now board the vehicle to come and meet president. For what? Instead of president to go there and be part of them. May God help us.
Amen. I must say at this point, something now, looking at all that is happening in Benue State, I just want to get your opinion on this, because if I am to make comments, I don't think it will be outside what Femi have said here, because it calls for questioning the kind of leadership that I would use in quotes, the so-called Reverend Father who happens to be the governor.
Can we just take out that Reverend Father from his
Oh,
name?
you would want us to take it out this morning?
He's not a reverend.
He is
not.
By virtue of his ordination.
No. He is not. The office that being a pastor is an office already on its own.
Okay.
Being a politician is an office already on its own.
Okay.
Those that are called into priesthood dedicate themselves solely to priesthood, to the altar, to serving God, just like the Levites. Set them apart. That is what they do. So the moment you left that office of priesthood and came into politics, you cease to be a priest. You are now a politician.
No.
Let's leave about his ordination. He has stopped being a priest because he has left the. Okay, how is he serving God as a politician now, as he's the governor of a state?
No, all right, but do you know that even in the Anglican Communion,
yes,
you are permitted to venture into politics, and you still hold the office of a priest
as a full time.
So how
do you not practice being a priest? It's just now a title, no longer.
Do you know that you can be holding a political office and you are still managing a church? It's possible. I don't want us to just this man has sworn an oath of celibacy and he still holds his office as a priest.
There are a whole lot of people that are celibate. I have a friend, he's a brother. He told me he's not going to marry, he's going to be a celibate. So there are a whole lot of it. It's not about him swearing an oath of being of celibacy. I feel it, to my own opinion, he ceases to be a priest the moment he assumed the post of a governor. Every politician out there that says pastor this, pastor that, just like the governor of Akwa Ibom State, pastor, they should take out that title away from their name. You are no longer that thing. Because when Professor Osibanjo, who happens to be a pastor, assumed the office as the vice president, you never saw the pastorship attached to his name. He answered the vice president, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, nothing like pastor, because he already assumed another office. So please, let's not, people, that is even what is destroying the body of Christ. You hide in the name of Christianity, you hide in the name of a sister, you hide in the name of a priest, a pastor, you go into politics, and then there is nothing to show for it. Because
what I think you should be fighting for now here is that there is a gross misrepresentation
of the
man in question. We are as believers. I want to put it very straight. That as believers, it is not wrong to venture into politics and represent God very well. Is it
God that asked him to represent him in politics?
Okay, I want to ask if we leave the political space for infidels, should we now expect
we're not saying Christians should not occupy the political space. We are saying those that have sworn an oath to priesthood should avoid it. Nobody is saying Christians should not go there. Okay, for example, assuming you're a priest now.
Yes.
You're a priest.
No, assuming.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Assuming you're a priest, you swore an oath, you have been ordained. Would you dive into politics?
If my bishop, if I have a passion to cause a change in my local community, probably in my society, and I feel that if I'm not in leadership, I won't be able to drive the change needed, and I go to my bishop to seek for permission. If my bishop so grants me the permission, I can go. I don't want us to be distracted.
We are not actually. So just hold on a bit. I thank God because we are all giving better clarity to this issue. But whatever opinion Somto is bringing out, it's subject to that is his own opinion.
Okay.
I understand the side of the argument that you are coming, but let's not digress too far from the matter at hand. Now, Somto, I now want to come to you and I want to ask you this. The governor, you said I shouldn't put father to his name. All right.
Because Reverend fathers are in parishes, they have churches, they have members, they have congregations. He is not a please remove that Reverend. What if he has a wife in his
we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. So let's not over assume things. Yeah, you get. Now, the question here is after the bloodlet, after the killing in Benue State, the president took time, at least before he agrees to visit the state.
Yes.
And now, from the angle of the governor, He is throwing what we call, or what netizens on social media we call, welcoming the president in style. In more senior climes, in more developed climes, in climes where people have empathy, in climes where people understand the value of human life, I think our flag should be flown at half marks at this point. But yet we are not seeing this. And the president is coming to Benue State, and the governor have given an instruction for people to flag themselves on the road from the airport, shoulder to shoulder, man to man, in their different regalias and colors, to welcome the governor. Now, my question is this: are we celebrating New Yam Festival in Benue State?
Thank you so much for that question, Mr. Godwin. You see, it's alarming that it's at this point we are discovering that Nigeria has no value for life. The day I realized that Nigeria had no value for life was at the Lekki massacre.
Okay.
That was orchestrated, like it was well planned. Thousands of youths on that day lost their lives, and the government came out clearly to deny anything as such. So it was at that point I knew that Nigeria had no value for life. If they could send the military themselves to orchestrate such act, then what do you expect from headsmen? The governor in question should be checked, like medically. He should be checked, because how would you say people lost their lives, their family members, their properties, and then you are asking for a celebration for the president? It's now as if the president is doing you people a favor by coming to your state. Meanwhile, he's not even supposed to be told. In less than 24 hours of such major incident, every sane country with the leadership that has its people at mind, it's supposed to be there. Not even now, he's going to Benue State. He's not even going to where the incident happened. He's going to Makurdi, the state capital, for a town hall meeting. For what? Who are you addressing there? The people that were killed are displaced in their villages, and you are going for a town hall meeting. Is it a campaign, or are you going to commiserate or sympathize with these families? Now he's coming to Benue State, and he's more or less saying, we're more or less saying, thank you, you are doing us a favor by coming. Meanwhile, Donald Trump was in Canada for a G7 meeting, G7 summit meeting. And the moment he was reached out from Washington that there is a pressing issue, he left the G7 summit meeting a day earlier to return back to his state, because that was of a more serious priority to him. The time when they had a massacre in Jos, I was on set with a colleague of mine, and the office of the presidency released a speech that the president is ruling comfortably from where he was in the United Kingdom. That whatever it is that is happening in Nigeria, he can wholeheartedly rule from there. And then we are talking about another president that had to leave a summit meeting, not a holiday, back to his nation because he was told there is an urgent meeting he needs to address. And mind you that the United States president, the Air Force One, is a flying White House. He can stay from anywhere in the world to rule, but he saw the importance of being in his own place.
Okay.
And now you will discover that there is never a place insurgents has actually happened in Nigeria since President Tinubu took office that he has ever gone there to address the people. He has never. This will more or less be like his first visit.
Do we take it to be that he was literally dragged out in this case?
That is what it is. He was dragged out because the entire world saw it. The Pope spoke about it, and for the Pope to speak about it, it means that the world now saw it, and everybody will be looking at, okay, why is the president not there? The incident that happened in Jos, nobody. The flood that happened that happened recently in, I'm trying to remember the state, I cannot remember.
Niger State?
Niger State, nobody. People keep dying every day in different states. Nobody goes there to commiserate with people. And this particular one, now that he was opportune to be there, he's not even still going there. He's going for a town hall meeting. That governor should be checked.
All
First,
right.
they should. No, I'm not done. I'm hungry. They should first of all check him, because if he was to be the one that lost his family member, you won't be saying we should give the president. It's more or less you are simply saying let's give the president a standing ovation. For what exactly? Is he not supposed to serve the people?
Okay.
So are we clapping for him that thank you for seeing, or what is his responsibility? He is the grand commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it is his responsibility. So why do we applaud him? It's to show you that this is simply another way to still campaign for the 2027 election. Because why I even ask myself, what is the office of this special mobilization something? What office is that exactly?
To the governor.
So mobilizing what office is that? And they're still eating from the taxpayers' money. And the God forgive me, but some unfortunate Nigerians that have been promised 3,000 naira will come out and shout, come back again, on your mandate we shall stand. What is happening to us? Any sane Nigeria is not supposed to be on the road to welcome him.
All right. Thank you so much, Somto. It's really insightful the way you have buttressed your point. Femi, now coming to you, a group is saying that too little, too late to address the massacre, and that is a workers' group, and they are demanding an end to the violence. Now, let's now strike a balance with the president visiting.
Okay.
We understand that he is the commander-in-chief, and we know how we do it here. It's more or less a cultural thing to welcome our commander-in-chief, and the way we have seen the political space recently, governors through parties or whatever to welcome him.
Yes.
Now, the balance I want us to strike is the governor of Benue State wrong in taking this step in welcoming the number one citizen of Nigeria, despite the fact that he is the governor and he knows that his state is mourning at this point?
All right, I'll put it very, very straight like this. If your bishop, for example, or if a bishop, for example, is to visit a church, it is called an episcopal visit.
Okay.
The parish priest, the vicar, and whosoever is the leader of that church will prepare very well for the coming of the bishop, and it will be something very great, right? But God forbid, if there is a problem, or some people were being killed, or somebody died in a church, the bishop wouldn't need to write a letter and say, I will be visiting. It's no longer an episcopal visit. It is now a condolence visit. So there is no need for all these put this together, paparazzi. No. This is a condolence visit from Mr. President to the people of Benue State. There is no need of, I saw a video trending, there's some guys cutting grasses and putting things in place. There is no need for that. The governor made a very, very gruesome mistake to have written a letter to parastatals and say, okay, through his special advisor on
Special mobilization.
Well, special mobilization. Special advisor on special mobilization,
yes,
wrote a letter on behalf of the governor, that all parastatals should be ready. The president is coming. That's the letter on our screen. They should be ready. This and that. There is no need for that. It's a condolence visit. The president is coming with this empathy, kind of as a father of the nation. That I'm sorry for what has happened. Although the visit is late, this kind of visit, there is no need for official announcement.
Okay.
That very day, like Donald Trump, just go there. There's no need to prepare this for me. We are having put a stage up. Paparazzi should be there. There's no need for that. It's a condolence visit, and the president should understand from that point of view. Of course, the governor has made a mistake. We hope he can correct it, but I will still say
It's not a mistake. It is not a mistake.
All right. I think we should look at it. Sometimes before you come in, we should look at it from this angle, from the perspective Femi is coming. This particular incident happened on a Saturday.
yes,
And all the way from the Vatican City,
yes,
the Pope made certain statements, categorical, historical statement on an event that transpired in a local government in Benue State on a Sunday.
yes.
The president, our Jagaban, of Nigeria
Yes.
declares interest, in fact, cancel the place he ought to go on a Monday
Yes.
to visit
On
on
Wednesday.
a Wednesday.
Yes.
I find this very disturbing at this point. I find this very disturbing. But before we continue, we want to encourage our viewers. Please feel free to call in with the number showing on your screen, and also send in your comment via our various social media platforms. We will do well to take your calls and also read your comment. All right, Femi, your take on
You
this.
know, there's a problem. When that incident happened, very unfortunate, the presidency released a statement. In fact, very disappointing. That the Benue State governor knows what to do, and he should call the two parties, let them mend fences, and let them come and settle. People killed your people, and you want to sit them down to have a roundtable meeting. That was a statement of the president. That was the first statement released by Mr. President.
Okay, I think the call was for a reconciliation.
Yes, with who? You don't understand.
With who?
People came by night.
Reconcile with who?
AK-47,
Man.
killed your people.
Why are you reconciling with?
Burn your houses. And you want to. That means president knows people. I'm serious. The presidency, they are aware of these people. And they are shielding them. Lieutenant General T.Y. Danjuma said, and I quote, he said the federal government is colluding with criminals to kill Nigerians.
Yes.
He said it.
Yes.
This is a collusion. These people are being shielded.
All right. Coming out to Somto, does all of this, does this call for the resignation so many groups are clamoring for both the governor and the president?
By now, they should have declared state of emergency. I'm sorry to say that.
Our leaders are hypocrites.
Oh God.
Purely nobody. They don't care about your. You see what my colleague just said. The killing in Benue is political. There is no killing that happens in Nigeria that is not political. The killing in Benue, in particular, is political. The question remains: what exactly is the reason? The presidency are aware of these reasons. What exactly is the reason for the killing in Benue? For that in Jos, we know what
please
it's for.
Hold your thoughts. We have a caller. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Now Streaming.
Okay.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Now Streaming. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Good morning. I'm Sunday, calling from Abuja.
Okay, Mr. Sunday.
I'm talking about this reconciliation that President said.
Okay.
A person that come in the night to your place, how will you? Are you a ghost or are you a miracle person to know the person that come to your own place in the night that you will go and reconcile with for what he did to you, for to killing you, destroying your properties? Who are you going to reconcile with? Me say, government know the people that they are doing that. They are the ones that are supposed to reconcile with them, not the people that they kill or a governor. Me say the governor, they are aware of the people that they are coming there. Because I don't know, if person come to attack me, I don't know the person. Who will I reconcile with? So, they know about the people that they are coming there.
What is it?
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
So I believe that they know about the people that they are coming there. And secondly, this cow they are talking about is not a federal government property. It's not a state government property. It's a personal property, personal business. Okay, now, are they open shop for the people that they are having a shop? Are they renting shop for the people that they are doing business? So if you have your cow, you have to control your cow. It's not a federal government business. It's not a federal government property. It's not a state government property. Why are they leaving cow to move up and down? Because the cow... Why? Everybody has his own property. Can they build? If I want to open a shop, or let me say I want to do a business of beans, rice, all those things, can the federal government make a provision for me? Am I not the one renting a shop
All right, Mr. Sunday, thank you so much. I believe we got a hand of your contribution this morning. Please, viewers, we still want to encourage you to keep the calls coming in. We will take them. And if you cannot do that, please send us comment via our various social media platform. I would also do well to take them in the course of the show. All right, Reverend Femi, still back to your thoughts.
I want to say something.
Okay.
Trying to allude with what the caller said. The federal government is aware. You don't understand? The federal government is aware of where these criminals are hiding. For the president to be bold enough to release an official statement that the governor should look for those guys and have a reconciliation meeting. I want to ask you, sir, if any normal Nigeria just go outside there and slap somebody, the first thing is to arrest the person.
Definitely.
If he's not careful, he will get to jail. But now, somebody killing to the tune of over 200, and we are trying to pacify them, call them to round table meeting to be reconciled. You understand? You know, I'm sorry, it is a sign of a failed state.
God will punish our leaders.
It's a sign. It's a sign of a failed state.
Still hold your thought. Hello, good morning and welcome to Now Streaming.
Oh my God.
I'm Joy, calling from Kogi State.
All right, Joy, please go ahead with your contribution.
This issue you are discussing, from several times, I don't want to talk about this terrorism and what the government is doing in Nigeria. But then it pricks my heart and it bites me so hard when I see the pretense of our government. There was a soldier that confessed recently that the generals are aware of what is happening in Plateau and Borno. And in this Benue state, the federal government knows those sponsoring these bandits. Their names were called some time ago. And these same people are still in government, being the vice president. They are sponsoring those in the bandits to kill and to strike. And in most cases, they don't care. And they pretend that they don't know. Like the one that was deported from Saudi Arabia back. They have been discussing with bandits. They know them. And they allow them to go scot-free doing all this. I mean, what kind of country are we in? The federal government wouldn't have said anything if not that the Nigerian citizens came on him. 200 people lost their life in Nigeria, in Benue, just Benue. And he's talking about Iran and Israel. It's because of that he's going to Benue today. So the pretense and the wickedness of our rulers is becoming unbearable. But we hand them over to God, the judge of all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joy from Kogi State.
Sorry, we will not hand them over to God. This has been the narrative for many years. God will fight for us. God will fight for us. But we have forgotten that God has also empowered us to an extent to take judgment and as in to take our destiny. Our destiny is in our hands to make things happen. To probably go the way of judgment. And that way will be that in the next 2077 election, we should decide very well. Not because of some people who are hungry, that will be collecting 5,000 naira to vote another 4 years in this wahala that we are in. We will not ask God to fight for us. We will take responsibility as masses to also fight. Sam, I want to ask you that hope you are aware that even some so-called leaders inside this government, they know that there is problem with our internal security. One of the many is the Minister of Interior, Olubumi, said a few days ago that when it comes to Nigeria's security formation, there is problem with the internal security. If anything happens now, the next thing we call is let Nigeria army go, Nigeria army go. What of the police? When it comes to internal security, it is police. Our policing is wrong in Nigeria. Policing method. A big man can have like 10 police guiding only him. Go to Benue, go to villages, you will not see one single policeman. And one Yahoo boy moving around. We have like 5 policemen guiding him. There is problem. And the solution will start from the masses, not God. God will not come and vote in 2027. The masses must take their destiny into their hands and decide. If we are saying God, 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 they will kill us and finish us.
All right. Thank you so much, Femi. Something now coming to you. Governor Alia is rejecting a call for self-defense for the citizens of Benue, the same persons that voted for him. And he is coming to say he backs community policing. Can you help us understand this?
The first thing they should do is to take away his own security. As the governor, right? They should take away the security that he has, so he would feel like an ordinary citizen. Then let's see what options he will put on the table. You know, these people, when it doesn't affect you, when it doesn't touch you, he's in Makodi. Makodi is safe. In the government house, he has the army.
But you know something. In this case, I am finding it very, very difficult to understand.
Okay, how?
This is supposed to be a reverend father.
That is what is annoying me. The more you are saying this reverend father, that is even what is take it away. He is not.
There are times in this country where we pray that the righteous take mantles of authority, and now we have them.
He is there.
We have them. And what is now
like
wrong
an
with
unbeliever?
us?
Exactly. That is why I say take away. He is a politician. A man that has sworn to serve God will do the mind of God. If he has sworn to serve God, he won't be doing this thing that he's doing for goodness sake. You are seeing your people die. When David was in the Bible, you dare not touch his people. The first thing David does, he will inquire from God, what will I do? God, David is going for, you can't touch his people.
Can I give you an example?
Please do.
In Ekiti State, about 8 years ago, these Fulani S-men came into a particular village in Ekiti and killed probably around just 5. I'm not saying 10. I'm not saying 20. And the then governor, past 8 years, I think up to, no, let me say over 8 years. Over 8 years. The then governor, Governor Ayodele Fayose, went to that village and mobilized the youths who are hunters. Gave them, you understand? Gave them vehicles. That was the end.
All right.
That was the end.
Thank you so much, Femi, because this conversation is getting so heated, and viewers, like I said before, please do well to call in, but we will take a breather and take a good look at a video coming from the Chief of Defense Staff as to the reasons to all of this bloodlet. So please just take a view and take a listen to that.
Now, from my own view, what I have observed, 2 basic things, or 3 basic things. One, issue of land, indigene, non-indigene, critical, which is political. That is supposed to be sorted out politically. Secondly, the issue of the movement of animals. I have told people over time that when they say farmer headers clash means 2 things are moving. But if a farm is standing and an animal comes in, it's not a clash. It's somebody entering somebody's property. So we must find solutions to how, which means if the animals don't move, we don't have issues. Now again, because of that, again, we have issues of rustling of animals. Which means if we don't even rustle animals again that are moving, again, there won't be most of this problem happening. So those are the 3 critical aspects that we must be able to address clearly. And like I said, most of it is political solution that needs to come into it. Because it's not what the military can. So what we can stop is to try and stop people from attacking each other.
All right, welcome back, viewers. You just watched the video coming from the Chief of Defense Staff of our great nation, Nigeria, and he has highlighted 3 critical reasons or points we would say as to the cause of this carnage in several states, especially the likes of Benue and Enugu and all other states that are having this. So we would charge into that conversation while I bring Somto to make his point as regards that.
Godwin. He said some things.
Okay.
Logically, if you want to reason it, it makes sense. But to me, sitting down here, it still does not make sense. Because now he mentioned land, water. Probably the herdsmen, Nasarawa shares border with a boundary with, so they probably felt like Benue encroached into their land or something like that, and also for the cattle, moving their cattle around for water and all of those things. It does not make sense.
And I think there's this point of these herdsmen and also not Nigerians.
Yes,
they are intruders invading
Nigeria.
But does this not call to questioning the integrity of the Nigerian Armed Forces? Because their primary role is to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria. All right, something.
Godwin, in Jos, to an extent, I know why there's an insurgence in Jos.
Okay.
It's because of their mineral resources. So that's why I said everything that happens in Nigeria here is political. See, all our leaders, sorry to say all our leaders, but they need to go. When I mean go, not like leave office, they just need to go and be with their maker. Let them just go. Let's have peace. Because in Jos, it is political. Why? Because of their mineral resources. They don't know how to ask the people to go, let them mine. Or more or less, they don't want to go through the due process of the government giving them authorities to mine. So what they do, they bring insurgents into a community that is blessed with resources.
Leaders, you mean?
Politicians, leaders, yes, in Nigeria, yeah. This is coming from a very reliable source. Very reliable source. And what they do now, imagine you are from a community that has gold. If they ask you to go, will you go? No. But when they come with threats to your life, will you go?
I'll be the first.
You'll be the first to run. You vacate that place. And it is so bad that what they do is these people bring Chinese men into Nigeria to mine for them. Yeah. And these Chinese people are not secured by police. Guess what their security is? Bandits.
Yes.
If they are to go into a village now to mine, a village that is known for insurgents, what they do is they call another bandit to protect them from a bandit that is there already, because you are not the only one mining. So anybody that sees you there, you are seen as a threat. So rather than even calling the police, bandits will protect them as they go inside to mine, and when they finish mining, the bandits will let them leave. This is the reason that is what is happening in Jos. The same thing too in Benue. The same thing too in Borno. Mineral resources, people want to harness it. The white people, Zamfara, all these things, they want to harness it. So they create chaos in a community, asking people to vamos, and then they start. And the government are aware of these things. But now in Benue, we are yet to figure out what exactly is the problem.
Do you think the governor knows the problem?
I believe he knows.
He's the chief security.
He knows.
We have details.
He ought to have been
He
briefed.
knows, and these things are from external forces.
Okay.
This is politically orchestrated. There is somebody that is gaining something from it. You see this bloodshed, people are gaining heavily from it. Because come to think about it, these people stay within the boundaries of your state. How do they feed? How do they get the vehicles they use to go for operation? How do they fuel it? How do they get the arms that they use? So it is politically orchestrated. That is what. So why would in Nigeria, why would another man base his own prosperity on the bloodshed of his fellow citizen? Must people die before you live happily? What do you stand to gain from killing people? It is political. They are gaining something from it. It's not just happening. These headsmen killing these people are working based on instructions. They stand to gain something.
All right.
So why is the government not doing anything about it?
Somto, thank you so much. Femina, coming to you, I want to put it this way. And just to be fair to the governor, there's this saying that two wrongs cannot make a right, right?
Okay.
Now, could that be what is actually fueling the kind of response that is coming from the governor?
Like how?
For instance, many persons have believed that he's not responding accordingly.
Okay.
The best way possible that the chief security officer of a state ought ought to respond. To him, he's calling for a reconciliation meeting. I watched a conversation he had with Mr. President before the president's visit for today. And the governor is saying that he is looking out for calling for reconciliation meetings and the rest. So therefore, he knows the locations, the people, and all of this. Could it be said that he doesn't want this situation to escalate and just to give that assertion that two wrongs cannot make a right?
First thing I want to say, okay.
Let me
You want to say something?
Let me say
Go ahead, go ahead.
This reconciliation meeting in quotes,
Okay.
is not with the headsmen. The reconciliation meeting in quotes is with those sponsoring the headsmen. These guys can't speak English.
Okay.
They can't. So how does he communicate to them? He doesn't know. They can't communicate freely with them. So these two parties that they are referring to now is the political aspect, like the people fueling it. So this meeting, this reconciliation is not with the headsmen, because how many of them will you bring? It's to look, they know their sponsors, they know where they're getting their resources from. So it's those people responsible, the political leaders that are responsible. Sometimes when they say their hands are tied, I tend to believe them a bit, because the forces fighting them might be bigger than what they think. They might be military generals, they might be former heads of state, they might be people from it might even be external. Probably there's something they want to get from a particular place. So now this reconciliation meeting is not with the headsmen. The reconciliation meeting is with the parties sponsoring them, so they are aware. So why is Nigeria so corrupt that you can't hold these people and detain them, probably arrest them?
Okay, Sumto, just another question to you, and it's coming in line with this part you just told. The likes of Yewata, right?
Yes.
The present attack, the likes of Agatu, and I think one other place, over time in Benue State, have suffered massively as a result of this carnage from these headsmen. And you just cited an example with Jos, and you know it is not in all of Plateau and the Jos region that this is happening.
Just a particular
Could it be said that there are certain things our security chiefs are not telling us as touching this areas?
Yes, that is it. That is there is something in that place that they need to harness. I have a farm in Benue precisely, and the person checking this farm for me for a very long time now said the people in their community has left their community. Yes, the place is known to be a very fertile land, but it is so bad that when these headsmen come, imagine a community. When they say a community, everybody left. Everybody left the community, and he was like, it was 2 weeks back that people started returning back to their community. See how these things work. There is something they want. When they instill that fear in you, you go. The moment it looks like you have gotten courage to come back, they come back to that certain place again. And it's just like they are trying to take you out of that place completely. Let it become a desolate land. And the moment it becomes a desolate land, what they want it for, they will begin to harness it. There is something there. It is not everywhere in Benue State, but there is something they know, but they don't want to tell us.
All right.
Nigeria is deep.
Sometimes I get it. The fact that we still don't know the reason yet.
They know the reason. They don't want to tell us the reason.
No problem. The fact that we still don't know, let's just keep mute to that. Femina, coming to you. Okay. The president will be visiting Benue today.
Okay.
And so far,
he's visiting Makodi. He's visiting Makodi.
Not
He's not visiting Benue.
All right. He would be visiting Makodi. Okay. I stand corrected. I just want to ask, the kind of security mobilization that will be around Makodi today shows that we clearly have security personnel in Nigeria.
Yes.
So why are these men not rightfully deployed to areas where they are needed?
You know, that's what we are saying. The irresponsibility on the part of our leaders. I know you will remember when there was attack in Jos, and the governor of Plateau State, Mufwang, went to that place where they attacked them. He went with a bulletproof car, right? It was well secured with armed men in their numbers. But the problem is that it's not that we don't know what to do, but the failure to do it. We know what is right. Our leaders know what is right to do. Are you telling me that all these local chiefs cannot just arrange local vigilantes to defend themselves.
But even at that, the weapons these herdsmen comes with is not one even our security agencies can
It's
challenge.
because there is collusion. We have
we are
said
saying.
this.
It
No,
is
we can't
political.
overemphasize it.
It is political.
This there is collusion.
Yes.
Okay, somebody said anonymous person, like, he said there was a time in a place they saw an helicopter landed and dropped certain items for these bandits and left. I want to ask you, in the same Nigeria space, are you now telling me that governments are not aware, or the government is not aware that some people are in a certain location? Sir, you know, Nigeria is not, for example now, if you have connection, let them steal your phone today, your cell phone, and you are a big man. Within 24 hours,
They will track it.
They will track it. Let them steal your car today in
They
this
will track
Nigeria.
it.
Within 24 hours,
They will track it.
we have all the modalities, we have the resources, just that our leaders are trying to shield something from us. The government we are in is very deep, deeper than we can ever imagine.
So
don't be surprised.
How did we not come to this point as a
Hey, it is because of, now look at 2014 for example.
Okay.
There's one tweet now on social media that Tinubu said everything about security hands on the table of the president, then Jonathan, that he should do something. It's irresponsible of him not to do anything. Now it is Tinubu's time. Let him do something. You will now know that all the boys they have used in winning elections, it's time to settle some of them. I'm just being being factual.
I understand.
Or some of them have used these guys. They've used them to win elections. Some of them are their boys. Some people in government today are having share. Are having share from what all these minerals that are being mined.
Yes, no.
They have shares. Generals, political bigwigs, they have shares from all these illegal minings.
Yes, now.
Why are they not talking about gold? Why is it oil?
Oil. Lithium.
What about lithium?
All those things that we have in Zamfara, Borno.
Why are they not talking about it? This guy from Ekiti State, there is a minister of mineral resources, Adede Alake, very irresponsible guy from Ikoro Ekiti. He's very quiet about all these illegal minings. You know, Nigeria is deep.
Let me say something.
I would be coming to you, Somto, and you add up to that thought. I wouldn't say proposed anymore because that meeting is scheduled for today. The town hall meeting. Do you see it making any change as long as this stuff is concerned?
That town hall meeting,
Yeah.
it's for campaign for 2027. This is how it's going to go. I promise you, if you vote for me come 2027, I will ensure that there is peace and stability in your state. And the I don't want to use a wrong word, but the zombies in the hall will clap and applaud them for that promise.
Okay, just to ask, do you think this particular town hall will be different from the other town hall in 2023?
Town hall.
See, Mr. Godwin, let me tell you something. The president is going to Benue State.
Yeah.
So far I am concerned to Makurdi. It's nothing. It is political.
It's a different town hall.
Can I tell you
let me tell you something. Even without the security that have been mobilized for him,
Okay.
they won't attack him. Like I said.
Can I ask you?
Please go ahead.
When was this attack?
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yes.
And the president is around in Nigeria.
Yes, he was.
You know, before going to Benue on Wednesday,
Just about an hour drive.
a lot will have happened. I mean, it will have deployed. The CDS is being sacked. Oh yeah, I deployed the. He can do many things that even is coming out. We just be like, oh, this man has tried. Since that Saturday till now, he has not done anything. Egbetokun IGP went there just to tell them, don't worry, we will resolve it. CDS went, we watched him. He said land and water and this. It is just this talk. Nobody has ever made any statement that these guys will be arrested. Tell me, who has ever made that statement?
That is what I'm trying to tell you. That even without the security, you can't attack him because they know these people.
Okay.
It's just a phone call. Don't try any rubbish.
All right.
And everybody will stand still.
I understand that part. I now just want to, very quickly, because we're running out of time, 14 protesters.
Yes.
As regards this particular issue in Benue State, arrested by the governor. What does it say?
That is the thing. Right? See, Nigeria. See, you can't. You can't understand Nigeria. You can never understand. Okay, they protested that they lost people, and you're arresting them. Why? Who gave the order for that arrest?
Definitely, no one can, if not the governor.
Exactly, and that's it. You see why I say that man is not a. Don't tell me he's a reverend again. He is not a reverend father. Because why will you arrest the protesters? Why? What is wrong with what they were doing? Why arrest them? These people are protesting that they lost their lives, and you're arresting them. Why? Why dismiss them? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense, for goodness sake. It does not make sense. I have one very wicked prayer in my heart, but I will not say it.
Do you know that Abraka youth, when they stood up,
the army dismissed them?
You understand?
Why?
You understand? They
You
know
come
that.
out to protest, they will dismiss you. Oh yeah, come and protect us. We will not
Let me
protect
just-
you. Why?
let's go,
There
Jerry.
is something a man told me. This man is very fast. He said the day Nigerians we count the number of armies, navy, air force, NSCDC, DSS, civil defense, police, count all of them together, they are not up to 1/3
I'm serious.
of the population of Nigeria.
Seriously.
So he said that the only way Nigeria can get a revolution is if the day we all decide, the day Nigerians decide
Igbo,
to come
Yoruba,
out,
Hausa.
if like let them bring out all the whole military and paramilitary, you can't stop them.
Is that possible?
That is what we see. It is possible. We feel we don't have a breaking point. You see the way NSAS rose up, nobody believed it. If you can't, if all the military men should come out, how many people do you want to kill? How many people do you want to? You can't stand. You are not even up to the numbers of citizens. So the day the citizens, we saw it the day they drove. Which country was that? They drove their prime minister out of. You needed to see them. They were like sands. You see that population. The
How
day
many do you want to kill?
the day the entire Abuja youth alone decide to come out and say they want to march to Aso Rock, release the entire military men we have in Abuja, there will not be 1/3 of the population you would see there. How many people do you want to kill?
All right. Sometimes I will take that as your last word. Femi.
What I
last
will
word.
say quickly is that power resides with the populace. Until the masses rise, nothing changes.
I have my.
And may
another
God
last word.
help us have that understanding that the masses must rise now. We must harness our differences. Hausa must come with Yoruba. Yoruba must come with Igbo. Stand up to these.
But Fulani
These
should
people
stand
are
their own, no?
these people are killing us. And it is no respect of religion, ethnicity. They are killing us. It is Benue today. It can be Lagos tomorrow.
I'm telling you.
May God help us.
My last
Amen.
word.
All right,
My
Sumta.
last word. If the entire youth in Benue decides to come out, and block the airport, even with all the whole security that have been deployed, the president will not come in. That is just to show you that the people still have the power.
And do you think that will not lead to a bloodlet? Let's not just go there.
The bloodlet that is happening in my is it not still blood that have been lost there?
All right, Sumta, thank you so much for your very insightful contribution. It was indeed deep and emotional for you this morning. We must say a very big thank you and
Welcome,
trust
Ben.
God that
Who's right?
as the days evolve, things will definitely change in Nigeria.
We hope so.
Also, Femi, I love your call for action to every Nigeria to take the responsibility in their hands,
Yes.
and not just begin to say we are hoping, we are praying to God. The time for change, the time for action has come, and we must sure do these things to get our nation from this point to where we want it to be. And for me, I must say that the time for action is now. And from all of us in ACNNTV, we want to join our voice to say end the killings in the Benue region and also in Enugu, and also from every point, nooks and crannies of Nigeria, that blood is being spilled. We're calling on our leaders to do the needful to end this carnage. We as a country, we as a people cannot continue like this, and we must call for an end. We must call and charge our leaders to take responsibility and drive this change to get our nation to where we want it to be. Viewers and all of our callers, we want to say a very big thank you for calling on the show, and also my two co-anchors for steering the ship. This is where we will draw the curtain on today's show. Please remember, you can follow us via our various social media platform, and also by staying tuned to this station till we come your way again with other interesting topics, same time, same station tomorrow. Do have yourselves a blessed day ahead. I am Gordon Ujiri, and bye for now.